fall from grace is finally complete, stripped of everything, from his titles to his home. It is a remarkable and radical royal downfall.
Prince Andrew has now been officially stripped of his remaining titles and honors, and the order has come down. He must vacate Royal Lodge. The sprawling estate he once defended so fiercely is no longer his sanctuary. Meanwhile, Sarah Ferguson, the former Duchess of York, finds herself caught squarely in the crossfire. Her recent decision to sell her London townhouse has sparked serious questions. Was she quietly preparing for this moment, or did she simply misjudge the timing of the royal storm? Did the Yorks see the clouds forming long before the public did and start making their moves in secret? In this deep dive, we'll explore why Sarah chose to keep living under the same roof as Andrew years after their divorce, where she might be headed next, and whether this truly marks the breaking point for the Yorks as a family unit. If you've been following this royal unraveling, you'll want to stay tuned.
Since he was born, the second son of the late Queen Elizabeth, brother of the king, has been known as Prince Andrew, but no longer.
It's monumental what the king has done. He has acted almost with the determination of a medieval monarch.
We'll lay out the timeline, follow the money, and examine the motives behind Sarah Ferguson's every move. The headlines are blunt, and in some cases, shocking. The formal process to strip Andrew of his remaining titles and honors is now officially underway, and a notice to vacate Royal Lodge has been delivered. This marks a decisive turning point after years of stepping back from royal duties. With his titles gone and his living arrangements under intense scrutiny, the royal landscape has shifted almost overnight. To understand why this is so explosive, you need to know the story of Royal Lodge itself. Andrew secured a long-term lease in the early 2000s, paying only a token rent, while personally funding major refurbishments. It was a home that symbolized privilege and protection, until now.
I mean, to me, I look at that and I think that it's an attention seeker. Do you really think that King Charles is going to stop in his tracks and say,
Actually.
yeah, you're going to get the exclusive. Today, it's all about you. So I'm annoyed by that. I think that there were some fair questions shouted at him,
But the arrangement, a sprawling mansion, minimal rent, and no rush to leave, has always carried tricky optics. With the lease now under renewed scrutiny and the eviction notice in effect, what was once a private arrangement has quickly become a very public problem. Despite their divorce decades ago, Sarah Ferguson continued to live at Royal Lodge alongside Andrew long after their children had grown and started families of their own. So why did she stay? The answer seems to be a mix of practicality, family dynamics, and lifestyle. Royal Lodge offered privacy and security, along with the space to host their children and grandchildren. It also came with a level of status and prestige that no ordinary home could provide.
It's a much bigger, darker story than just who's going to live where. And if you have read the book written by Andrew Lowney called Entitled, he goes through, he put 4 years of work into this. He's meticulous in his research.
Add to that the incredible financial advantage of reduced housing costs and the benefit of remaining within the Windsor orbit. Everything pointed towards staying put. There's also the reputational factor. After the divorce, Sarah Ferguson worked tirelessly to rebuild her public image through books, charitable work, and media projects. Being based at Windsor offered continuity, a stable platform, and a sense of royal adjacency that kept her identity intact, rather than leaving her adrift as an ex-partner in limbo. Some have even suggested that Sarah may have held secrets, leverage over Andrew and the royal family. Or perhaps they were quietly aligned, navigating the system together. And this is where things start to get truly interesting.
As of now, the brother of the king no longer a prince. In a statement, Buckingham Palace announced, His Majesty has today initiated a formal process to remove the style, titles and honours of Prince Andrew.
Sarah Ferguson recently sold her London townhouse, a move that coincided with growing questions about Royal Lodge and Andrew's standing. On one level, the sale could be seen as a strategic play. The liquidity gives her options and freedom like never before. On another level, the timing invites speculation. Was it a calculated safeguard or simply a reaction to unfolding events? Either way, the stage is set. So what comes next? Possible residences include smaller properties on or near the Windsor estate, though those options would likely be under intense scrutiny. A more probable path is a complete move into private accommodation, either in London or somewhere quieter outside the capital. With the townhouse sale behind her, Sarah now has flexibility. Choosing privacy and autonomy would signal a new era of independence. And this, many believe, is her emotional pivot, the moment she steps fully into her own life.
In separating his brother Andrew from all elements of title and style that normally people who are born into the royal family keep.
For years, Sarah Ferguson walked a delicate line, balancing loyalty to Andrew as a father and former partner while simultaneously building and protecting her own brand. But the incentives have now shifted dramatically. With Andrew stripped of his titles and the Royal Lodge lease under scrutiny, the practical benefits of cohabitation are rapidly fading. If her motive was stability, the calculation has changed. Staying could now pose a serious reputational risk. Leaving, on the other hand, could mean liberation. Royal Lodge once offered comfort, prestige, and financial advantage. Living alongside Andrew, long after their divorce, carried practical perks. But with titles gone and the property under threat, those perks are dwindling fast. If Ferguson has ever needed a moment to define herself on her own terms, this is it. Was she staying for love, loyalty, or lifestyle?
I also think that there's an arena where those questions can be asked and the king can offer his reaction to it.
I'm not sure shouting at an elderly man is a good look,
with
generally.
Cancer.
And it's like people shouting during, the Queen's funeral and shouting at Prince Andrew when he was behind the coffin.
With the eviction notice now served, a new process is underway. The palace and the Crown Estate will negotiate timelines, repairs, and terms for vacating Royal Lodge. Andrew is likely seeking compensation or alternative housing, but the real leverage now rests firmly with the institution. For Sarah Ferguson, the clock is ticking. She faces a pivotal choice: continue sharing the address with Andrew or strike out on her own. Ferguson's public persona has gone through many reinventions: rediscovered author, charity advocate, television personality. Choosing a clean break from Royal Lodge could give her the ultimate reset. It's a chance to position herself as a self-made woman, defined by her own achievements rather than a royal title or a designer dress. If she makes the right move, this could become the most compelling chapter of her life yet.
But he believes that there is a very real possibility that both Fergie and Andrew could end up behind bars. Now, of course, the other book that came out was Virginia Giuffre's book in the last few weeks. That has kind of fueled the whole thing and brought it to a head.
But some insiders warn there's a very real possibility that both Fergie and Andrew could face serious legal consequences. Adding fuel to the fire is Virginia Giuffre's recent book, released just weeks ago, which has intensified scrutiny and brought long-simmering tensions to a head. Meanwhile, their daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie, are watching closely. They have their own public lives, careers, and children, and reports suggest they were caught off guard by how quickly events have unfolded. Any hint of special treatment will draw intense public and media scrutiny, meaning their role may now become quieter. They may even have to rethink what the York brand represents moving forward. Andrew's titles are gone. Royal Lodge is off the table. The practical reasons that once kept Sarah Ferguson under that roof have all but disappeared. The optics are complicated, but if she now chooses independence, this is her moment to embrace it fully. So, what should Fergie do next? Move to a private London base and draw a clear line, or try to maintain a presence within the Windsor orbit? Let me know in the comments where you think she will land and why. And if you enjoyed this deep dive with the latest updates, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next.